Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run, and like some things, they don't go to plan. This week we recorded a double episode and the video was corrupt. So we're not gonna be back in the office. Everybody's gone home for the holidays. So it's just gonna be audio this week. We apologize. Any other time we would just re-record and do it and get the whole video there for you. But this time with Christmas and the holidays, we did not want to call everybody back into the studio on Christmas Eve to reshoot. So it's going to be 2 episodes this week's and next week's that are only going to have the audio. Thank you for sticking by us. Thanks for watching and listening throughout the year. Sorry, this one's going to be a little bit different.
Give a good stretch, got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you want to tuck run, it's the place to be. Yeah, it's the drop, D-R-O-P.
Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
This is Megan with Believe in the Run.
This is Carl with Believe in the Run.
And you are up for something exciting. We are double whamming you. We're going to give you tons of information. We're splitting this episode up into 2 parts. It's a cliffhanger. So we're going to give you lots to listen to. All right, Megan, so you just got back from Arizona. What were you doing out there?
I was running in circles.
That doesn't sound fun. Let's give a little lead up to the event.
Okay.
How are you feeling the week before?
Well, I picked up some sort of cold flu the week before, which was not great.
How was your sleep?
Also not great. Mostly just head congestion, typical cold stuff.
So was there any point where you're like, I don't know, should I run Marathon Project?
Every day. Every day leading up to the race, I was like, does this even make sense? Why am I doing this? This feels like a lot. But there was so many people that helped me get to the Marathon Project, whether it was through a race entry, through shoes, through coaching, through just general support, that I was like, I have to give it a shot. Like, there's so many people invested in me to do this that I was like, there's absolutely no reason for me to not just show up and see what I can do on the day.
All right, and speaking of shoes, because this one was the most exciting. We're at the running event only a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, a few weeks before, we got shown a shoe that we can't talk about yet. And I asked if there was any chance that I could get a shoe early for the race. And our contact there, who is an absolute angel, worked her magic, and a very unbranded box showed up at our house with a pair of taped shoes inside.
It was a racing shoe, right?
Yeah, a Nike Proto.
I would have sucked if she's like, here's our new loafer.
And I had just purchased a pair of fresh Alpha Fly 3s, which I thought I was going to race in. And then these shoes showed up, and I put them both on and just ran down the hallway. And it was like an immediate, I know which one I'm running in. It's the Nike Proto. It just felt so great.
Interesting.
So the sides had tape on them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you also did a 13-mile run to test them out.
I did, yeah. So the week before, I did my last long run, which was a progression run in the shoes. And yeah, it really just confirmed that this was the shoe I was going to wear.
Okay. All right, so you're feeling sick, you're not sleeping, but you get some perks that get you excited about the race.
Yeah, and I keep in the back of my mind, I've had just enough races where things have gone wrong before, I haven't felt great, that have gone right, that I still hold on to this little bit of hope that somehow race morning all the stars will align and I will just have a day.
And this is the opposite of the way that I go into a marathon. I'll have the greatest training, everything's going awesome, and then I will get to race day and be like, I don't know, it's all gonna fall apart.
Can I run anymore? So I was trying to stay positive, and I traveled out Thursday morning, which I left our house around 8 a.m. Eastern time.
And Megan Featherston did not go with you, right?
She did not, which is normally the reasons for travel issues, is Megan just has terrible travel luck. But it started out, actually, there was an accident on the exit ramp to the airport in Baltimore. So it took me twice as long to get to the airport as normal. And I didn't give myself a ton of time just because I travel so frequently now. I've gotten pretty lax about the amount of time I need. So I was a little panicked on the drive there, and at that point my flight wasn't delayed, so I was like, shoot, I gotta hustle.
Right.
So I sprint through like security, and I'm like, good, I have 20, 30 minutes. And then I get the text message from Delta that's like, your flight is delayed 31 minutes.
31 minutes. And what time of day is this at this point? Because you left around 8 a.m.
So this is like 9:30,
Okay.
10 a.m., 9:30, something like that.
Okay.
And once you get that text, it's just a matter of
Right.
until you get another one. But actually, the plane arrived, and they lined us up, and we're like 30 minutes delayed here, but they lined us up to board the plane. And I had a 45-minute layover. So I was cutting it close. But I was
Okay.
like, I can sprint. It's in
Okay.
the same terminal. There's a chance I could make it. So they're lining us up, and I'm waiting there. And I see the attendants like walking to the plane and then coming back. And they're not announcing anything. And they're like just walking back and forth. And clearly something's wrong. And then they're like, the plane's here, but we don't have a crew. So it's delayed another 2 hours. So at this point, there's no chance I'm making the second flight.
Sure.
So I look at the app. My second flight was at 1:40. The next available flight is at 6 p.m. I'm like, fine, book me on that one. That gives me plenty of time. So I'm hanging around for 2 hours, I get lunch, come back to board the plane. And the similar situation happens where we're lined up and they're like talking and like nothing's happening. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no pilot. We have a crew, but we have no pilot.
Do you know that like the plane works? Your baggage is on it. There's just nobody to drive.
Is a pilot not part of a crew? Or is
I
that
guess he's separate.
different?
He was on a different plane, so he was landing. So we had to wait for him to land another plane, and then he came over to our plane, and we took off. Anyway, it was 4.5 hours, 5-hour delay is what that ended up being total.
Okay. Perfect.
So then I'm like, wow, I don't actually have a ton of time in between this and my next flight at 6 p.m., which I'm like, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to Atlanta. The plane ride's fine. Everything's good. And while I'm flying, I get a text from Delta. Your second flight is delayed 90 minutes.
Dude.
So I'm just like, I just have to laugh at this point because I'm like, this is so crazy, like that this has all happened. But as I'm on the plane, I'm also like realizing the place where I'm staying, this hotel, is borderline an island. And if I want to get anything like waters or food, I have to drive. So I decided to book a car on my plane ride over because I'm
Okay.
like, I can't be like relying on Ubers all the time.
Right.
But anyway, so I'm in Atlanta. I go to the Delta Lounge, which is nice because I have access to that. And of course, like everyone's like dressed up in holiday gear, like drinking, having a great time at the bar. And I'm just like sitting there being like, I have to race in 2 days.
Meanwhile,
You should have just drank
I
there
know.
the whole
Well, that's the
night
thing.
and just came home.
I wasn't, if I was not feeling like the head cold and the illness, I would have had a cocktail of some
meanwhile,
kind.
Megan Featherston and myself are on the other text. We're on a text chain with Meg, and she's like, "Yeah, everybody's having martini." And we're both kind of like, "It is 2 days out."
But so I didn't engage in any of that. I just hung out for a while until our plane took off. So my second flight ended up taking off, was it like 8 p.m., 7:30, 8 o'clock? And so I landed in Phoenix around 10:30. So, which Eastern time is midnight,
Right.
almost 1 a.m.
So you've been up since 8 a.m.
Well,
Earlier than that. You got up early to
Yeah.
get some stuff done, but you left the house around 8:50.
Yeah, I was texting with Ben Johnson, and he was joking. He's like, you could have flown to Tokyo for the amount of time you traveled today. And I was like, that's true.
Cool.
But so, yeah, got my car, drove to the hotel, checked in.
Any other issues?
Do we want to talk about that on here?
I think it adds to the mess.
Oh, jeez. I don't even know what this is.
So before I boarded my second flight, I went to use the restroom, and I got my period. And I was not supposed to have it.
Perfect.
Not at all. I had it 2 weeks before. There was absolutely zero chance of me getting it.
Wait, how is that scientifically possible?
It's
So the better part is
it's unreal.
the
Like
better,
it's
better part is because of the 2 weeks off, like happening.
because of the no chance of it possibly happening. I was very underprepared for it happening.
oh my
So
Oh,
there's like 10
geez.
minutes before I have to board my flight. I'm like digging through my bags, like just there has to be something in here.
Maybe a Rite Aid receipt.
So that just added to the, like, could anything else go wrong today? Chaos of the day.
Oh
But
my
I got it
gosh.
sorted. I made it to the hotel, thinking the hotel would have like a convenience shop. So when I got there at 11:30, I asked and they were like, no. And I was like, great. So I had to like, I tried to sleep in the next morning. There was a big shakeout run to preview the course with everyone. So the pros and the amateurs and everyone who was in town. And I ended up skipping out on that because I was like, I'm just going to try and sleep and catch up on some rest. And so, yeah, I had to drive out, go get some things, got some breakfast, came back, went for a little jog around the hotel. And then I had to go to the expo to get my bib and drop off bottles. So I will say they did a really good job, I think, with logistics. Everything was really well organized. I showed up at the expo. I got my bib. I dropped off all of my bottles. They gave you stickers so that you could put them on each bottle so that like you knew exactly when which one was
Okay.
coming. Because I actually rubber banded my gels to the bottles, so I wanted them in the right order, like when I had caffeine and regular. And so
Okay.
that was like really cool. I'd never had that experience before, which I guess is what the pros do. And then you just left your bottles there and they took them from there, and you had a wristband that gave you a table letter and then a spot, like a number. So I was B1. So I was on table B and my bottle was the first bottle on the table.
Okay.
If you were like bottle 3, you'd be like whatever.
And Megan, you did use an equivalent to a ketchup bottle for your.
I did. Yeah, so that was kind of funny because I purchased bottles for this race that have like the straw that you've seen like Connor Mance use
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Iliad use. And I went to test it out before I left and it didn't work at all. So I like last minute ordered these like ketchup bottles, which worked great and they
Okay.
were good. We took the Believe in the Run stickers that were shipping out with all the grit gear and I put a Believe in the Run sticker around each
Nice.
one, so it was like very visible.
So you mean like glass ketchup bottles, and then you just smash them on the course
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
you're done.
The Heinz
Nice.
bottle.
Like behind me,
Perfect,
so like
yes.
it's like anyone behind me has to run over
it's
it.
like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. I like that. Many busted AirPods on that course.
Yeah,
Okay.
the weather was amazing. So I'm like walking around, it's like 75, 80 degrees and sunny, like just absolutely lovely.
To hang out in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hotel was really nice and everything. So after I dropped off bottles, that was primarily all I needed to do. I was going to then meet up with Ben. Well, I gave Ben my car so that he could go do all the stuff that I had done.
Illegal.
Yeah. And then we met up to get dinner together, but the hotel was completely booked because everyone there's nowhere to go.
Right.
So-
so tell me about this. What, and when you say it's an island, what do you mean by that?
Like it takes 10 minutes to get off of the campus.
It had like a golf course.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now. Okay.
So like if you needed anything, you had to drive 10 to 15 minutes.
What's that motorsports park that's right beside it? Is that like you can race?
Yeah, in fact,
That's
there was
cool.
cars racing while we were running
Did
because
you-
we heard them
Did you do that?
zooming. I didn't.
Oh.
No.
Next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you.
So Ben and I were going to meet up and get dinner, but there was nowhere, so we ended up just going back to our rooms. What's funny is he was an official pacer for the race, so they set him up with a room and stuff, but they told me he was going to have a roommate. And so
For
that
real?
he'd never met. And so every time I saw him, he'd be like going back to his room, and he's like, I guess there might be someone there.
Did somebody ever be there?
No one ever showed up.
Okay.
Which was hilarious because I was like, dude, wouldn't sleep. I would think that someone's going to walk in at any moment.
Also, yeah, like. All right, Meg. So our first sponsor today is SWIFTWICK. We love SWIFTWICK.
We've been wearing those socks for a very long time. I just raced a marathon in a pair. I went with the ankle ones. I didn't go with the tall Believe socks, but they worked great nonetheless.
And how'd your marathon go?
More on that later.
So you should have worn the Believe ones, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, so we have been wearing them a long time. That's the thing about SWIFTWICK socks is they hold up pretty well.
Yeah, and there's no left and right designation, so you
Love
can't
that.
get it wrong.
So if you had 2 pairs, you basically have 4 pairs. If
Wow,
you know
that's
when
just,
it happens.
that's sock math.
That is
Yeah.
sock
There.
math.
Little
But
sock math for you.
it's that time of year where you're hanging stockings by the mantle. So, you know, a gift that would be great to be throwing in there would have been socks, but by this point, you're probably too late. So maybe take some of that gift card money you got
Oh, yeah.
and get yourself a pair of SWIFTWICks. And you could probably get a discount, Meg. How would I do that?
Yeah. Drop listeners can get 15% off their first purchase with the code BELIEVE15. You can go to swiftwick.com/collections/believe, and you'll actually see some of our favorite picks right there.
All right, first and final check-in. We got a lot to get through, so I'm just going to give you a little bit of love, tell you you're doing great. Keep up these miles in the winter. Relax, have fun. This is the time where you can really get zen about your running. Just enjoy it. It doesn't have to be based on training, speed work. Just get through the winter, have some fun. Before a marathon, I don't want an unknown roommate.
Yeah.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So every time I see him, I'd be like, bye. I hope I see you again.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So what did you eat for dinner that night since all the restaurants were...
So I got room service. I ordered a pizza. It was clearly like a DiGiorno pizza they heated up.
All right.
It's not delivered.
Do you know what the upsell on that is?
I can't even imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like $25, $30.
That's insane. Wow.
But at least...
Dude, that would be a good bit side hustle. Just have a bunch of DiGiornos in your fridge, and then like be like a pizza place that's like in your apartment building car. You could be like,
Yeah.
just call me. I'll get you
sauce?
pizza.
Just call me. I'll cook you with
A
DiGiorno.
$4 pizza would turn into a $30 pizza. That's pretty good.
I like that.
You could probably do that all day long. Cool. All right.
So I was exhausted because, like, when I woke up that morning after the travel day, like, I just felt beat up. Like, I was just tired. So I just tried to do, like, minimal things all day. Went to bed probably, like, before 8 p.m. or Mountain Time. Where was I? Mountain Time?
Mountain.
So I actually slept quite well before the race, which was
Okay.
great. I woke up and got ready. The weather was legit perfect at the start. It was like 47 degrees, not much wind.
Now, what I wanted to ask you real quick. It says that I think the elevation that you start at is like
1,000 feet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does that matter at all?
I don't think so.
I guess 50.
And it didn't change.
Oh wait, 1,000's not that much. I was thinking mile high. That's 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so not that. Pretty
I don't.
normal.
I don't think that would have
that
affected anything.
shouldn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
So they actually shuttled us over to the start. Like, I guess we could have walked, but it's pitch black at the hour that we were leaving. So they just shuttled us over, and then they had like the same place where we picked up bibs and stuff at the expo. They just cleared out, and it was like this giant warehouse with bathrooms inside, and people turned into like, you know, a little ring of running around warming up.
Oh, God.
Which is funny because neither Ben or I do that. So we were just like sitting on the side watching everyone run in circles. And yeah, it was like logistics couldn't have been any easier. They then walked us all out to the start.
Oh, I would have
And-
been so anxious. Like, these are all solid,
Yeah.
talented runners. It's not like you have,
Right.
Like, it's not like you have like that. Oh, if I'm not feeling good today, there's people I can hang with. It is.
And
strictly-
you're gonna pass them like 1,000 times on the course, like back and forth in the outbacks.
Yeah.
If you're not doing well.
Yeah.
And what was how many people ran this?
So there was only
race?
250
Okay, so
in the
that's
Gold Wave.
pretty small.
Yeah, really small. And I will say the only logistics thing that wasn't amazing was, so they walked us all to the start line, but then it was kind of up to us and our pacers to find each other and line up in the correct spot.
Oh, really? So they didn't have markers or
No.
something?
So like
Oh.
the 250 group was actually in front of us at one point, and it was Ben and Michael who were our two pacers. Here's the other thing. I felt like I won the lottery of pacers because my group, first of all, had all the best people in it, obviously, but was one of the only groups that not only had more than one pacer, but had more than one pacer that was going to run the entire distance. So the 240 guy and the 250 or 240, yeah,
Oh, wow,
240 and
okay.
250 guys were planning on dropping at like
Gotcha.
30K.
Okay.
So I felt like we were winning in that sense. And so we all got to the start and introduced ourselves. There ended up being a group of maybe 10 to 15 of us total in the pack.
Okay.
And this one girl walks up to us. Her name's Becky, and we're talking about PRs and stuff. And she mentions her PR is a 3:01, and she's going for this 2:45, which I'm kind of like, okay, seems a little aggressive, but
quite
sure.
the goal, yeah.
And she said, but this felt more like a first marathon because she had like had a family and stuff since her 3:01. It had been a lot of years, and her training indicated that she could run a 2:45.
Wow. Okay.
If not faster. So I was like, okay, I mean, sure, why not? So it's very anticlimactic start. They have a recording of the national anthem that has like clapping in the background, you know, like
hilarious.
like they clearly got it off of like some free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be in that situation and be like, no, I'll sing it and just do it. I'm not saying it'll be good, but I've like that's
more
kind of
authentic.
kind of a dream to do it.
Yeah.
And just
throughout the first pitch.
I just feel like a person needs to sing it. I don't like the press.
The recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that goes off, and then it was literally like there was like a pause, and then it was like someone.
Wait a second. Why don't we get Robbie to sing the national anthem at the Donna?
Okay. They usually have a professional.
Yeah, I feel like
Robbie can be backup.
I don't.
How about this? We
Out
get
of respect
there-
for all the women there, I feel like they should have an actual professional do it.
They usually do.
Yeah.
Or it's like one of the ambassadors.
I don't want
She's
to do.
also
I don't want to
singer.
be high. I just want to do it in an emergency situation where they need, like, the person was sick. We need someone to just jump up
Like
here.
someone's about to pull out their iPhone and play the thing. That's when you step
at the next political rally.
Yeah, honestly, the Dundalk firecracker one is where I really want to do it.
Did you shine there? You should get stilts just for
That'd
that.
be perfect.
Be like dressed up as like Uncle Sam. Anyway, so
Yeah.
national anthem, you take off.
Yeah, so they just like a little gun fires, and then all of a sudden we're running, and it wasn't too far along before like the packs like really like you saw them all separate, and there was like just little groups of like 10 to 15 people in like little segments following this course all the way around.
And describe the course. I'm looking at it here on Strava, but it looks like
So you start and finish on the straightaway, and then you take to this course. It's basically like a U, and you do loops around is 4.25 miles loops, and your bottles are in the same place at every loop, and they just change them out as you go along.
Okay.
And the guys are on one side, the women are on the other side, and then they had like water stations in between throughout, along with the nutrition sponsor, which was like sports something.
So how long is it before that you turn around and then out and come back? How far is that? Like this little
So that's like 2 miles.
2 miles. Okay.
Or like a mile there, a mile back
Okay.
kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So the good and bad of this course style is obviously you know what's coming. It's pancake flat. The turnarounds aren't bad because they're like big circles. So
Oh,
it's just
okay.
like
Like the end of a track almost.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly like that. So it doesn't feel like those hard, sharp 180s that
Gotcha.
you've done in
Oh,
some races.
Okay.
It's really well laid out in that sense.
Oh, so is it a totally separate road? Like coming back the
Yes,
other way? Oh,
yes.
okay. I was
Yeah.
thinking it was the same road.
No, there's a median in between.
Oh, okay.
So there could be spectators all along. There were not a ton. There was a ton where it's called the T, which is where you could see people the most. You get to see them 12 times, and that's like where you go the start and finish
Right.
lead in.
Okay, I see that.
So there was a decent crowd there. But also you pass that 6 times.
Yeah.
And that's the way to the finish line. So you have to run by the finish line essentially.
It's 8 times, I think, at least.
I think that
Or
was one of
8
the
times.
toughest parts of the Tokyo Marathon was when you ran by and you could hear the finish line.
Yeah.
And you still had like 6 miles to go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 6 times passing it. Yeah, okay, but 12 times.
Yeah. On
So,
both
yeah,
sides.
right.
Also,
yeah.
Hat does that. When you run Hat,
The halfway point. Or,
well, you can hear them when you're on
Yeah.
that far side.
Yeah.
You can hear the finish line, and then you run past it and you hear them again, and then you go off into the woods for a while.
yeah.
So I turned my watch on, like I turned it off entirely. So the only notifications I got were every 30 minutes to take nutrition. So no mile markers, no nothing. Cause I was like, there's no point. I'm just going to sit in this group and run.
Were you tracking?
What? So,
Robbie thought the race was
I
Sunday.
thought it was on Sunday.
I was tracking.
Apologies.
So They had a really neat way to track
I
it.
almost wish you a good race in the middle of your race.
The tracker was actually pretty useful. So
You could follow me on the map.
one, there was like live seeing you going through the course, but they had the different, 5K, 10K things, and it would click off green when you went past something, and it would be orange if you hadn't passed it. And it also had your projected time. So like, as you were running, it said, this is her split when she hit 5K, this is her split when she hit 10K. And you didn't have to guess. You could look up and it said projected time to this spot. The next spot was this.
Oh, okay.
So I'm watching and I'm seeing like May get through the half, and I'm like, it's saying 244, 244. It's pretty consistent.
Ben, too hot.
It's pretty consistent. And I'm looking at it, I'm going, okay. And then she kind of had like one little falter. And I was like, but Megan can positive or negative split.
Which is what you always think with. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, they got it. That was just an anomaly.
Yeah. I'm like, they can negative split. So I'm not going to spoil what happened. but that's right around the midway mark was when maybe I was like, up until then, I'm like, Meg's got this, 244.
Yeah, so the pace felt fine when we started. And there really is something to running in a group of people, especially when I found myself like sandwiched right in the middle. Like there was a point where it was like Michael, Ben, me right behind them, and then like literally the rest of the people just surrounding me. And I was like in this little cocoon.
You were encapsulated.
Yeah, I was encapsulated. And it really does feel like less effort when you're in that position. Like whether it's mental, whether it's the actual physical, like they're blocking the airwaves. Like
I feel that like I will feel like I don't have any fast legs at all. And then I'll go with the fast passes. My warm up miles by myself are not that great. And then you start getting in with a group, and it's just like,
it definitely matters for sure.
you just roll.
Yep.
And everyone was like, we weren't really talking. Like those of us who were racing we weren't chatting. We were just kind of running together as a pack. And then Ben and Michael were kind of going back and forth with some banter, which was nice to just be a distraction.
Like what was Ben doesn't know, he's not usually that talkative. What was he talking to Michael about?
I'm trying to remember now.
Logistics?
Probably, yeah. Like, and they were so good about like, hey, bottles are coming up at this point. If anyone needs water, I'll grab it for you. Like, just like the most epic, amazing pacers you could ever ask for. And so we're running along and everything's going pretty well. I've got my first couple bottles, fine. I didn't love that part of, I'm so used to carrying a bottle. I didn't actually love having to get out of my little spot, go over to collect my bottle, and then come back and find my way back into the group. It just felt like just enough like change that you were like out of your like element and like your rhythm. So I obviously love that I had bottles, but I didn't love not having everything on me because I just felt like it kind of just broke things up too much.
Yeah.
But so loop 1 was fine, loop 2 was fine, loop 3, I started to be like, it just in my head.
So what mile is that?
Probably like 8, 10, somewhere in there. Is when I just started being like, I'm not sure that this is sustainable for another 13 miles. And then as soon as that goes into my head, it's like, I'm just like spiraling. And I'm like, well, don't lose the pack because then you're really going to be done. But then like, it's just like getting more and more negative. And I started to get like these little gaps where I would be like, I think it was the third bottle when I went to go get my bottle, and they created a little bit of a gap. And it was like, oh my gosh, no, like you can't have a gap. So I'm like sprinting up to make sure that I get back in it, which kind of like, takes some breath out of you. And I just like, for whatever reason, I didn't have it that day. Like I mentally was not willing to go to the well. Like I just wanted to be done. And I
think this is the hard part of a course like this. You can step up. Like one reason I finished the New York Marathon where I was dying that day was because I was like, I gotta get to the finish.
Like I can't just stop here. I was like, I'm gonna have to get back somehow.
Take you longer to get back.
Literally, if I could have walked off and been done, I would have probably chosen that. So knowing what you went through with the travel, knowing what you went through the weeks ahead of time, the stress, everything that's been going on, the fact that you were able to mentally hang in there, to me is epic.
Well, I got to a point where I was like, just make it to halfway. You can run this pace for 13 miles. Like, you at least have to make it halfway. But I had convinced myself that then I would be done at halfway. And so, like, mentally, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to step off the course at halfway. Like, I was just like, I don't need to run another 250-something marathon. Like, I've done that.
Right.
Like, I just don't need that.
Yeah.
And so I was mentally like, I'm done. And I started to slow down and walk towards the side, like about to stop my watch. And unbeknownst to me, Michael, our pacer, had stepped off earlier because his back hurt and was coming back up behind us. And so as I'm literally about to step off the course, he comes up and he's like, hey, come on, you're just hang with us. You can do this.
Like, damn it.
Just a little bit. And I was like, I was like, no.
Sucked you right back in.
Yeah. Well, so I didn't actually make it off of the course because it was sort of as I was slowing and venturing to that right, I was scooped up by Michael, and another guy, Paul, was running with him. And so we just started jogging together, and he was like,
I like it. It's jogging. It would be a pace faster than.
I mean,
Like
we dropped to
6:45.
almost
exactly.
like 45 to a minute slower than we were running
Okay.
per mile. And so he was just chatting to me the whole time. He was trying to be as positive as possible, and he was like, and it was funny because the spectators don't know that we're totally off pace. They just see me and a pacer. And so everyone's like cheering us on, and they're like, stick with your pacer. You got this. You're nailing it. You're crushing it. And he had a 245 on his back, which he eventually ripped off because there was people coming up behind us that were like, oh, is this the 245 group? And we were like, no, not anymore. And so he ended up ripping that off, and then we just jogged together the whole time. And he's like I said, just being like the most positive. And he's like, can I get your waters? Do you need anything? Like asking me about like running. And
Okay, we've never really discussed this before, but I want to ask you a question because I know it's been early on. It was in my head. I don't think I think about it as much anymore. But you're kind of a public-facing person. We have the podcast. You do shoe reviews. We do events.
there were several
races.
Believe in the Run sweatshirts out there.
Well, okay, but that wasn't my question. My question is, when you start having a bad day or when things start going sideways, does that extra pressure of kind of putting your goals out there and telling people this is what you're going for, and when it goes sideways and it's not going to be what you were hoping for, does that get into your head? How many candy canes do you think you'd have to eat during a marathon to get a PR?
Not enough.
And you probably get sick, right?
Yeah.
How could you avoid that?
You can take some MAURTEN, our go-to gel, the gel that I used for the marathon project last week. And the magic is the hydrogel encases the carbohydrates, letting them pass right through your stomach and into your intestines to be absorbed as fuel. That means you can take in more carbs without the GI distress that ruins so many workouts and races.
Robbie and I also interviewed Molly Seidel, who is going into trail running and doing some ultras, and it's all fueled by MAURTEN.
Nice. She doing some of the liquid and some of the gels.
360,
Yeah.
everything. She's taking it all in. I bet you, though, Robbie would probably still stick to candy canes because he's got that sweet tooth.
It's Nerds gummy clusters for me, and MAURTEN. Combine the two.
Can you encapsulate Nerds gummy clusters with MAURTEN?
The gummy isn't encapsulated by the Nerd, so yeah, you can.
All right.
There's no science to that one, but if you guys want to get some MAURTEN that actually has the hydrogel, you can go to maurten.com and use the code BELIEVE15 for 15% off. I don't think so. Like that's not what I think about.
What do you like? Give me an idea of what you're thinking about when the wheels are coming off and.
More just like I go through. Like what's ironic is normally when stuff starts to go bad, I try to do like that physical check-in, like head to toe, like what is actually hurting? Like, are you actually in pain or is everything okay? and everything was okay. And I still was like, I just mentally couldn't get there. Like I don't know what it was. Like it's even hard to explain now, even like removed from it, that I just didn't want to be uncomfortable.
Did playing into like, and these are the demons I hear. I'm like, it's a perfect day.
Right.
The weather's perfect.
I had Pacers. I had bottles.
You had the
I had
footwear in the world.
Nike Proto. I am like, I'm literally like, I'm the luckiest runner in the entire world. I have like the bougiest setup here.
Right.
And I'm still shitting the bed.
That's where I go nuts because I'm like, everything I have, how could I be any better?
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Yeah. No, yeah, I beat myself up mentally for sure, but I'm not thinking like, oh, what are other people gonna like? I can't control that. Like that's what it's gonna be. I know that there's a Reddit thread out there, and I will not go read it.
Wait, there actually is?
Oh yeah. Yeah, everyone thinks that my goals are too audacious. You know, everyone has their opinions.
Wait, how do you know this?
Because I was looking. So I posted a photo of the Nike Proto in my stories. And that got screenshotted and shared everywhere. And Reddit is one of the places.
Yeah.
And then when I was looking at that, there was another thread related. I didn't read it. I just saw the headline.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
But for all those people that are on there and they have their own opinions, and it's funny because we were talking about this. Like we do put ourselves out there, so I understand that
it's going to be a conversation.
Yeah, that someone's going to want to talk about it.
Well, I felt like when we went to Berlin and I was pacing Aubrey, there was people that were, there's a guy who actually did a full video saying that Aubrey, there's no way he's going to run the time he wanted to run. And we ended up beating that time and actually running even faster. But he went into that race with this fear and this feeling of pressure that this was going to happen. I have to give him credit just for being like, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm going to just do this.
Which I don't think that guy was actually being super critical. I think it was actually just trying to use data.
He was using data. And I don't think he was trying to be mean, but if you're going into a race and someone says, I looked at all of Robbie's data, he's stupid for thinking.
Which is great because I think he did the same for me. I was like, way overperformed what he had for me. I didn't know he had done that video. But I even reached out to him and he's actually pretty nice about it. He's like,
I think Aubrey actually
made
amends with the guy. But going into it, I think it was stressful for
I get it.
him. And it is,
this is why I just underperform all the time. So I just set myself up for success.
100.
So, okay, so in your head, I just kind of want to know, when things start going sideways, what are you, like, and you obviously couldn't talk yourself too much out of it. What's going through your head?
Like when I'm running the back half of the race,
just
and
you
to
know
finish.
that your goal is out the door.
I mean, every time I passed that loop, I was like, we could just stop here. Like,
But mentally, are you beating yourself up? Is there anything going on in there?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. I think I was just sad, It's like all of this time and effort, and then it's like, we're here again, and I'm running in circles.
I was actually legitimately thinking about this when I saw, your splits and everything and what happened. I was thinking to myself, like, you are way more, I don't know, brave or stupid or courageous than I would ever be, because I'm like, there is no way in any of my lifetimes that I could ever live that I would be running 90 miles a week with even the potential to crash in a race, and not, like, I would need a guaranteed success like for me to dedicate that much time and effort to running. And the fact that you keep going for it, which you definitely can do, break your 245 that 245.03 but it's just it's been, last year's been a lot, but to keep doing it, I'm like, I would have given up so much sooner.
I wouldn't even start.
It's incredible to me. It really is.
No, for sure, 100%.
In watching Meg, though, like, I get it, because the race is her goal, and that's where you're putting the time in. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But you love doing the training. You love.
I do, yeah. Like, it's funny, you talk about the 90-mile weeks, and it's like, I love those weeks. Like, I don't know. I actually genuinely love running, and so the training is fun for me. Sometimes it's not, not every day am I waking up loving it, but I generally love the training aspect of it.
And I'm going to say something. I'm actually more brave because I fucking do all the work and constantly have shitty races. So, like, that's insanity.
Yeah, you're on a downward trajectory.
Yeah, it's like I do all the miles, I do all the training, and show up and shit the bed
actually
every
fair.
time.
Yeah. Time-wise, you probably both run about the same amount of time each week, right?
Hourly, yeah. I'm running 60 miles, she's running 90, but it's the same amount of time.
So even though we didn't talk much amongst our group, for whatever reason, Becky and I were pretty much always side by side.
Did she have good hair?
The first 13, she did have lovely hair. The first 13 miles, and she looked so comfortable and so smooth.
Okay, just to remind everybody, Becky is the one that at the start said she's run a 3:01, but she's going for 2:45.
And so when I fell off the pace group, I knew, we would continually see them around the loops. And I think it was the second time, it might have even been the first time, but definitely the second time, I didn't see Becky in the group. And I was like, no. I was like, she looked so strong and so smooth. I was like bummed. And then we come back around another turn, and I realized Becky is not with the group because she has taken off. And she is now 30 seconds to a minute in front of Ben and the crew. And so that had me so excited because I don't know. I love when you see people have a good day.
Yeah.
And, she came into it you could tell she was a little nervous and there's a lot of unknown when you're going for an 18-minute PR. And so seeing her around the course, I was just screaming, and it's this person who I've met for 5 minutes, and I was totally invested in her race for the rest of it.
That's
and
awesome.
So that was a really nice distraction as we were going around the loops.
Okay, where did Becky finish?
2:43,
Wow.
second place overall.
No
Dude,
way.
do you know what
Yeah.
kind of
Becky.
PR that is? That's an 18-minute PR. And here's
Her
the crazy
splits
thing.
are the prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life. She just looked so smooth. I'm in awe.
But 18 minutes at that level is insanity. You're talking, you'd be happy right now. Your all-time is 2:45, right?
Yeah.
You'd be happy with a 2:44. That would be a huge PR.
Would have been ecstatic on that day.
So to think 18 minutes at that level, that's just, that's bonkers. At 3:01, I'd be like, maybe I can break 3.
Yeah. That's normally the next step.
Right.
Yeah.
Almost 2:42, 2:43.07.
Yeah.
Wow.
Becky Dunkel. Crazy.
The Dunkles.
Yeah, so congrats to Becky because that was awesome to watch. And then
You were still out there for another 45 minutes?
Yeah, it was another hour later. No, but it was a bummer to watch sort of the pack of us that started out at the 10 to 15, really strong to then, and you knew it was going to happen, but to watch it live just kind of slowly deteriorate. And so on the last loop, when I saw Ben, he had one woman with him. And I'm forgetting her name now, but she was the only one who finished with Ben.
Oh, but Becky finished ahead.
Becky finished ahead.
Did anyone else finish ahead?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think most people fell off a little bit.
Yeah, there was only 3 people that finished under 2:45. So
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ben,
He's such a metronome.
it's just insane that he can consistently go out there and just drop it
Well, I was talking
and
to him the
he
day
runs
before.
a marathon every month, right?
Yeah, and I was like, this was his 11th, I think he said, this year. And he did all 7 majors. I was like, does 6:17 pace, which is the average we had to hold, I was like, does that just feel comfortable for you now? And he's like, yeah, pretty much.
That's insane.
I was like, can I just be in your head for just the race?
See, and I've always said I wanted to be in your head.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But it's funny because he was like, but drop it down to that 6 flat or just under. And he's like, and it's a whole different race. It's so much harder. And it is funny how 10 to 15 seconds per mile is a substantial difference in fitness levels, or at least how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've always thought he had some sort of robot brain. And
Yeah,
it was
he might.
he checks his watch and says, that's what I can run?
Yeah.
All right, I'm running that.
Yeah.
And just does it.
So I ended up with a 2:55.
Which is
Jogged it
11 minutes over.
They gave me a little BQ patch when I finished the race, which I was like, okay.
Did you save that at least?
I don't know where it is.
I hope I want to see that. That's a good momentum.
And I will say another really fun aspect was because I came in right before 3 hours, we got to watch the people that were gunning for breaking 3 hours come in and finish. And that was really cool.
So I know you're going to talk a little bit about the next day where the pros finished.
Yes.
Was there, in the amateur field, was there as much fluids at the finish line as the pros?
No. But I also, the people that finished before me, like the 220 guys, I'm sure there was.
Okay.
I think I missed most of it. In fact, now I'm wondering, did I just like walk all in? Probably.
Wait, was there cash prizes for gold
Not
race?
for a gold wave, no.
Okay.
They gave I think it was like hoodies.
Wait, wasn't there cash prizes by that track? What's the track?
Wait, where?
What's the track? The track. It would have been good if I remember the name. It would have been funny. You know the guy that they owe all the athletes money.
Oh,
Michael
Grand
Johnson.
Slam.
Yeah, Grand Slam was offering.
Yeah, Grand Slam had $1 million prize for the gold wave.
We'll have to talk about that.
See, that would have been good if I nailed it on the first.
That would have been good. That would have been good.
Did they? What did they still own it? Sidney McLaughlin.
$1.75 million, I think, is they owe.
They owe Sidious Mag $270,000. Yeah.
No, they owe Sidney McLaughlin $350,000.
I
But
mean,
total, I
that's
think
not-
they're
that's-
over $1 million in prizes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's an IOU. You're gonna want to hold on to that one.
Exactly.
So there he had. It was the Dumb and Dumber scene at the finish line.
Yeah. You're gonna want to hold on to that one.
That's as good as money, sir. All right, so
You know what? I know it's not a Christmas movie, but I might have to pull that out and watch it again.
it's Christmas Eve. I mean, there's
I mean,
winter
is his
in
last name
Aspen.
Christmas?
It is Lloyd. It is
Lloyd
a Christmas
Christmas.
movie by definition. That's amazing. All right, so then you did watch the professional race then?
yeah. So Saturday afterwards, just chilled for a while. I went to dinner with Ben and the 240 pacer named Wes.
Where'd you go for dinner?
To the hotel bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
fancy.
We went to the restaurant and they were like at 5 p.m. and they were like, you can get in at 7. And we were like, bar it is. So yeah.
You watch the pros, and I hear from you, and the travel woes continue.
Travel woes?
Yeah.
Oh, did you not want to hear about the
I wanna
race
hear about
at all?
The pros.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, the one I care about already finished.
So the pro race was cool. They had like some big names pacing, like Rory Linkletter was there running a 2:08 pacer for the first
Why do I
17
feel like
miles.
Rory Linkletter should be handing out a giant check from Reader's Digest?
It does sound like a Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah.
How did his hair look?
It does sound
It
like
looked
a
great.
game
It looked
show.
great.
host.
I have some good photos actually.
Nice.
I didn't realize I was like taking photos because he was still pacing at the time. There was a South African guy who was like taking away, and we were all like, oh, okay, the race is over. And Rory like went to fist bump him and get off of the course, and I was like right there taking photos, and
sick.
he was like in my face.
Nice. We'll put that up, Brady. Put that up.
Yeah, but so the pro race was really fun to watch, and I stayed at that tee where you could see them like 12 times. So, but it obviously it happened a lot faster than the gold wave the day before because they're all faster. But the way the race unfolded happened so fast. Like there was a pack for the OTQ women, which is the 237 led by Jess McLean. And it started out as a strong group of like 15. And then just like lap by lap, it just like would shrink. And you would see like the gap form from like some ladies, and you would just be like, get back in the pack. And you just knew that as soon as you unlatch, it's almost impossible to get back in.
The wind.
So that group actually, I think, had one finisher. There was one woman who was going for the OTQ in the pack that made it. But so that was hard to watch because obviously you're rooting for all these
Right.
women to make it. And the other thing I noticed was it did get warm. The weather was almost exact to Saturday, Sunday. It got up to like the 60s around 10 a.m. But so many of these professional runners were sweating profusely. Like, I just assumed all these pros like don't sweat and are just like
Like Emma
superhuman.
Bates?
Yeah. But the dudes, like I got lapped by the top 3 guys on Saturday. And like they looked like they jumped in swimming pools. Like just absolutely soaked in sweat. So I guess they are kind of just like us sometimes.
They are human.
They just run really fast. But so I was at the finish line with Ben, and we were waiting for that guy to come in because he had such a huge gap. And then all of a sudden, 2 other guys show up at the finish line before him. And that's what I mentioned earlier. The number 1 guy was wearing the Brooks Hyperion Elite 4, and then number 2 is the 6. Oh. And then he came in, the guy who we all expected to win. And I would say 90% of the people that came in under 2:30 threw up at the finish line.
Whoa.
Like it was.
I mean, Ben put some photos on Instagram, and it was just
unreal the amount of fluids coming out of these humans' bodies. Like every single one, female, male, fluids immediately. It was like they stopped running, and then it's just like you just have like this realization.
That was like Boston.
The exertion.
When we were watching Boston last year.
I don't know if it's the exertion or that it got so hot so fast that it like almost like caught up really fast. Mm-hmm. But it was wild. Like we had to step away from the finish line because it was like a splash zone.
Like killer whales were coming down.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Yeah. So now you're gonna head back home, and your travel stuff must be smooth on the way back.
Yeah, so I'm at the finish line with Ben, and here it goes. I get a text from Delta. Your flight is delayed, and I had a 40-minute layover. So they're like, they already just show like, you've missed this flight, and there's no other flights leaving out of Minneapolis after this. So your flight's canceled. Like you have no flights.
Oh my god.
So of course I have to get on with Delta, and I'm like, can you please just tell me what my options are? And they're like, you can get on an earlier flight and then actually make the connecting flight in Minneapolis. And I'm like, well, what time is that? And they're like, it's 1:20. And at this point, it's like 11 a.m. And I have to shower and pack up and everything. So I'm like, Ben, if you want to ride to the airport, we have 20 minutes to get everything together and get out of here. And so like shower, pack up my bag, get in the car, and drive to the airport. Meanwhile, I put into Waze the airport address, which is a different place than the rental car. And so we had to drive through the airport. There was insane traffic there. Like it was chaos. But anyway,
Ben got his period.
We made it. Ben went up to the counter. He got on the earlier flight with me. So it all worked out fine. But yeah, the travels were something.
And you made it home like 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because then when you got home, the Ravens game was letting out.
Yes.
And you had traffic.
Yeah.
Getting home.
Yeah. So I watched the Ravens game, which was awful.
And that was also miserable. Yeah.
We lost. So I got to sit and watch that, and then get off the airplane and sit in the traffic of all the people leaving that game.
Here was the upsetting thing. So Ralphie is not the best sleeping partner, and he lays right on you. But I thought, oh, Megan's coming home. Ralphie will finally get off me and go lay with Megan. Megan came in, he got a little happy, and then came over and laid on me.
So that was Thomas. So almost as rough as me.
Yeah. It was a rough night for me, man.
It's pretty bad.
I had to watch the Ravens lose and
and you had to drink all those martinis on Saturday, which is totally messed up.
Yeah.
That
so
you made him do that.
while Meg was recovering from hers, we had a couple friends over for a night of fun. That also, you had a lot of vomit at your finish line. Yeah. There was a lot at the house too. Yeah, there was a lot of people. By the way, our downstairs toilet, I don't know what happened, but it's clogged. I gotta go buy a plunger now. But
you don't have one right at home?
I did, but this is gonna sound bougie. The people that clean our house, I guess, were using it and they ripped it.
Oh, come on.
So they tried to unclog it themselves.
So you're like, I'm not paying you for the next month.
Well, I did get that original plunger at IKEA, so it was due for falling apart. But on the way home today, we're going to stop and get a new one and some Scotch tape so that we can wrap presents.
Just take one from the office.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a very fun Saturday night, which, I think Megan, I talked to you at some point.
You did, yeah. You sure did.
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry, I was looking up all of Ben Johnson's puking pictures.
Yeah,
he took.
He took a lot.
He had some good ones. Nice. The man can do everything. So that's the recap of the. Okay, final thoughts on the Nike prototype you were running in. Good, still like.
Can you say anything?
Still great shoe.
I'm obsessed with it.
Okay.
It's phenomenal.
But can you say you can't really say anything?
No.
Can you?
But you can say
It's
that.
a Nike Proto.
She's not even.
I
allowed,
love it.
I'm not even supposed to hold it. I did. She told him not to let.
Do you have to
anybody
send
hold
it back?
No.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Codex Solstice
And-
5K, is that coming up or did that already happen?
That already happened.
Or not
Yeah.
5K, 6 mile or whatever.
I will say a big thank you to everyone who put on the marathon project, because I know there's a lot of logistics, and it sounds like they didn't make any money this year, but they're going to go ahead and do it again next year.
Really?
And if you are someone that's just gunning for a time, I do think it's a really good setup. And
So like even if it's like a BQ time or
Yeah.
like any
there was a lot of people going for BQs.
Okay.
It went up to like 3:30 pace group.
Oh, well, I meant to say, what is the payout for the pros in that race?
It was like 10. It started at 10,000 for
Wow,
top. It was
okay.
like 10, and then.
I was wondering why people were running like 209s and then.
Well, so OTQ guys were going for that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
209 is well under that.
Yeah.
I think that was more for like
Wait, what is the men's OTQ now?
216.
Oh, so the men's race was actually pretty close. There's only 9 seconds between first and second. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh.
But I left when I saw the guys, and I don't even understand how it happened, because they looked like they were 30 seconds to a minute behind the lead guy. And then they came in first and second.
Okay. Yeah.
Flavin.
Flavin. And then, the women's top 225. That's no joke.
Yeah, she was on 222 pace for
That's insane.
most of it.
A
until
couple
the
years
last
ago,
lap.
that would have been the American
Close
record.
to- yeah.
No,
What was it like before Kira hit it in Houston?
220, 219, 220,
What did Dina have forever?
220. Well,
Sorry.
it must have been 220, because our girl was
Oh
221.
yeah, she ran at 219.
Yeah.
Dina did?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
In the 2006 London. Why did I think it was like 220?
Joni was 221
Oh.
for a long time.
That's probably what I was thinking.
What was Joni's best?
221.
It was always 220.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was American record for a long time.
Yeah.
But Kira was the next American woman to
Yeah.
break 220.
And then Emily. But yeah, so I would recommend the race. I think you just have to be prepared. I think you need a car, because food options aren't great on the hotel, at the hotel. But otherwise, everything is such a breeze logistically, getting to the start
And if you did it again, you would just take Southwest direct flight from Baltimore, right?
yeah.
Wait, why didn't you do that in the first place?
Because she likes to get her Delta perks.
Oh.
Well, I fly first class for basically nothing.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I don't pay for the flights at all, really, too.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But you pay for them in stress.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It turns out it wasn't.
I
this
thought
trip.
that I thought flying Delta would be less stressful than flying Southwest.
But you have a connection. Southwest would have
Right.
flown directly to Phoenix. You would have gotten on a plane in Baltimore and landed in Phoenix and been done.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Vegas. So that was an incredible wrap up. You do it again. I think. I don't know. Running loops like that, Robbie. Could you do that?
I guess I could. I don't know if I want to. Do you have a next marathon?
I have a bib for Boston.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, you'll run Boston. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
It is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
This episode is sponsored by LMNT. They are a long-standing sponsor of ours. We love them all year long. When it's hot, when it's cold.
Even though they've been a sponsor for a long time, people still call it LMNT.
I know. I heard someone say that the other day.
Like it's just Element, people.
Yeah.
I mean, we got it wrong for a while too, so it's okay.
Yeah, but Element Tea sounds like you'd actually have tea, and there is a hot version. You can get the chocolate version, which is like having a hot, cozy thing for this winter.
I'm still loving their slim sparkling cans, the 12-ounce cans, which has 500 milligrams of sodium, so it's not quite like taking a full Element sachet. So if you want to get some of the chocolate caramel or chocolate flavor and make a hot beverage, you can do that. If you want the slim cans, all of it you can find at drinkelement.com/thedrop, and you can get a free 8-count Element sample pack with any purchase.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna turn.
I'm gonna
Carl's-
keep talking.
I'm gonna turn Carl's volume up a little bit. Just
Check
Alright.
1, 2. Is this
Check it at 1, 2.
I'm doing a new positioning of the mic here, so sorry.
Robbie is very into the technical aspect of the podcast.
I love it. It's good.
I know.
Check
Dude, what's
1,
going
2.
on with those pant pockets?
Yeah. Robbie's wearing a pair of Adidas Terrace
Those are like
pants.
really
With
aggressive
the Nike
pockets.
Yes.
Trail 4s?
I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, it's mixing it.
Cardinal
He's missing
Sin, or
brands.
Mortal Sin. I don't know which one it is.
Well, the only thing that could be worse is Puma with Adidas.
Yeah, that's
You know, he's wearing Adidas with Nike, which
it's a faux pas. But
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
I
not too bad.
I rolled out a. It was rain. So it was raining today. So the only Gore-Tex shoes I had on hand were these Nikes. So I had to do it.
how do you feel about mixing brands? Because that is a sensitive subject for some people.
You know how I feel.
Megan is whatever like is available on the top of the laundry. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that. I'm more color.
Yeah,
If
like
there's,
you don't want it to
if there-
look
if I'm going for an
crazy.
all black kit.
Yeah.
If it's different brands, I don't care.
See, and I've gotten dressed, and then I pick my shoe, and I'm like, oh, and then I've taken off shorts and put on other shorts.
If it's blatant, like a huge Adidas logo, and then like bold Nikes, I don't really want to do that. But
And I get weird. Like even if it's like, say that I have Hoka shorts on, it just has a little Hoka
Really?
logo on it,
That's
and then I
dumb.
throw on a
That's
different pair of shoes.
insane.
Yeah, right?
I'm like, gotta go change my shorts.
yeah, I don't have a problem with
Same.
that.
Somebody just sent us some stuff I didn't even know it was called, but it's called like Aeronold or something from Australia.
Yeah.
Fabric feels amazing.
So you got that?
that just came yesterday.
Okay, that's who kept asking us.
It
if they
was in
can-
3 bags. It came in a DHL bag, and then inside the DHL bag, there was another bag, and then inside that bag was the actual product.
So it's ERINOLD.
Aeronold.
Yeah, I was
Aeronold?
just saying. I was just
Okay.
spelling it out in case people didn't know. But it looked like really nice stuff.
Dude, it's up
Is
there.
it?
Like fabric feel, some of our most premium brands that we
Really?
like. I was like, wow, these shorts feel amazing.
'Cause
And the
okay.
like, do they over in Australia they call it a singlet or a vest?
A Vinglet.
Okay,
They mix
vinglet.
the two.
It
I'm just
seemed
kidding.
it seemed pretty nice. I'll have to
They
see.
call it a singlet here on their
Okay.
site. Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't tried it on yet, but that also seemed nice. But the material on the shorts was like silky.
It looks nice. It looks like there's some Satisfy-ish vibes.
The
Are they
one-
satisfied prices?
Not quite. It's more like bandit prices.
when you
Okay.
get when you look at that and say that, is it because the way that they put the logo on the shorts is like a long white receipt looking
Uh-huh.
thing? Yeah,
That's what made me think of it.
that was the
but-
first thing I saw when I saw that too. But I'll give those a try. I don't know. It's getting pretty chilly here. See, that's the problem with Australian brands.
Right.
It's winter here
Summer
and
over
summer
there.
there, so they're sending us their summer gear, and we're like, "I'll see you in the spring."
Yeah, see you in 9 months.
Yeah,
Treadmill runs.
Yeah, treadmill runs, but it's not the same.
No, it's not the same.
Because here's when I can really tell if a short works. If we're in the middle of Baltimore summer and we have all that humidity and that sweat is on the material and it still feels good and wicks it well, then you know it's a really
Yeah.
good short.
Yeah.
Treadmill, you're not getting that kind of density.
And shout out to Australia. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like we need to shout them out more.
They were our number 4th country for podcast listeners.
That's awesome.
Oi.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna.
Wait, if you're going to give it, what are the top 3? Yeah.
Well, U.S. obviously was number 1, followed by the U.K., Canada, Australia, and then Germany.
Germany. Wow.
Love our Germans.
Yeah.
Do you know what the percentage is? Probably not off the top of your head. I'd be interested to see what
Megan
the.
probably has it.
I don't know off the top of my head, but I do have this wrapped thing still up here. Let's see if I can get to it.
Yeah. So on this episode, we're gonna recap some of the. Did you already say that? Well,
I didn't. Give
No,
it.
we didn't.
oh,
We
we're
didn't
gonna
talk about it.
recap some of the highlights from 20. Is it 2025? Yeah.
It is.
Still
2025.
2025, yeah.
And then just misses, hits and misses, and everything in between. Probably not the misses.
We'll throw some misses.
Oh, okay.
Why
I think we should say some of the shoes that we were excited about
All right. That's
that flopped.
Yeah.
Spotify does not offer percentages, unfortunately.
okay.
So,
Oh, you were just talking about podcasts.
yeah.
Okay, I was thinking
Website.
all of it.
I wonder what the website.
I didn't actually pull those stats. We might have to while
Okay.
we're sitting here.
All right.
I like that someone in Germany right now is listening to us in English. But it could be, you remember going out to Adidas and almost everybody who worked there spoke English?
Yeah, in Herzo.
Yeah, so maybe that's why we have an audience.
When you were talking about wearing different brands, I was thinking how crazy it would be to be in Herzo wearing Adidas and Puma at the same
That's what
time.
I was saying. You can't do it.
But at the same time, like how people would be really thrown.
Yeah.
I have our website stats. Do you want to hear that? Because that's actually different.
Okay.
Yeah. Top countries.
Yeah. So it's United States number 1, 46%. United Kingdom number 2, 9%. Canada number 3. Australia number 4. Philippines number 5. Singapore number 6.
Huh.
India number 7. Indonesia number 8. Germany number 9, and Ireland number 10.
Oh.
Interesting.
I always forget Ireland's its own country.
Sure is.
Shout out to you guys.
Sorry. I just lost all those listeners.
Yeah, they are now off the list.
Yeah. Sorry,
Well, that's
guys.
okay. They were on the website, so they're not listening to this anyway.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're good. But back to some of the podcast stats real fast. So we're the top podcast for 4,000 listeners.
That's
on
actually
Spotify.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
And we're in the top 10 of people's podcasts for 22,000 people.
22,000 people, top 10.
That's
No,
a lot of
there's
insane
no way
humans.
that's real.
That is real. That's just Spotify, too. That's not YouTube. That's not Apple.
Yeah, this
that's
is just Spotify.
For 22,000 people?
Well, top 10. So, I mean, we could be like the 10th.
That's true.
22,000. But
I guess not. I guess if you listen to podcasts, you listen to more than 10 podcasts.
No.
It seems like.
So if you listen to one of our episodes, we made it in there.
Yeah.
what?
Wait.
No.
I feel like, well, yeah, that might not be true, but it's still crazy that 22,000 people in general,
Yeah.
like, have listened to the podcast.
On Spotify. That doesn't include, again, Apple or YouTube or the other ways that you can get this podcast. Sometimes, Carl does a lot of house parties where they do listening parties.
Yeah, all the time.
Of the drop.
So that
Yeah.
could be 40 people in the room, but it only counts as one play.
Ooh, we might have to change that then.
They're doing. They're
You
sitting-
might have to have everybody pull out your phone.
Yeah, everyone has to do an individual. We'll just do the headphone thing.
Yeah.
Everyone
Like
just
the
have fun.
silent discos.
Yeah, and you can all just jam out to our voices.
Yeah.
I like it. Here's some mushrooms. Enjoy the show.
Enjoy the debauchery.
That's pretty good then.
All right. Well, while we're on stats, let's just roll through some of these. So
Okay.
YouTube, we had 5.6 million views in 2025. Some of the top videos, no shock here, but our picks for
Yeah.
best road running shoes of 2025. Nike Vomero Premium,
Wow.
Boom.
top. Asics Mega Blast,
Okay.
New Balance Rebel V5, and a Between Two Shoes Evo SL versus Rebel V5.
Oh, wow.
Those are the top
That's
hits.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not shocked. I think the
Yeah.
Vomero Premium maybe a little bit.
I think we are one of the first people to have that, which helped.
That's part of it. I
And
think
it's
too.
still such a hype shoe that everyone's still.
I also think I'm going to play devil's advocate. There's probably a lot of people who reviewed it that don't focus on running necessarily.
Like it's more of a hype beast.
I think that it did a little crossover.
Yeah.
And we were one of the channels, if you were a runner, that maybe you wanted to hear,
A
is it a running
performance-based
shoe?
review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good.
And then website stats, we had 3.4 million visitors this year. I actually did a top 10 since I was just bored, I guess. Nike Vomero 18, number one shoe review on the website. So we're just doing top shoe reviews because there's
That was a number one shoe review.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Vomero 18.
that actually is crazy.
Because I will tell you, of all the Vomeros, that one was I would skip that one.
No, it's a good shoe.
That's
No, but I'm
You're
saying
wrong.
no.
Of the
plus,
silo, of
the
the
plus
silo.
and
In
the
the
premium.
silo.
Oh.
Yeah.
But people
Do you want to
didn't.
apologize now?
But no, but people didn't know what that was. Like people are searching for the Vomero 18.
All right.
Fair point.
I mean, yeah, that was a big one. And then we're just doing shoe reviews, not any of the roundups and stuff like that sometimes get more. New Balance Rebel V5, number 2. That I guess
That's
a little surprising.
It's
but-
surprising that both on YouTube and the website.
Yeah.
I think the Rebel is like it's like the Evo SL. It's just,
Yeah.
you can do anything in it and it's
I think-
a price point that's pretty solid.
I'm also going to throw out that you look at the way running's kind of evolving and there's like club running
Yeah.
and people doing that. I think it's a really good looking shoe that
Yeah.
you could do that crossover
Then we had the Evo SL, number 3. That's
crazy because that one was probably big last year as well when we put because that was when it was written.
Yeah. Hoka Clifton 10, number 4. That was a little. I know it shouldn't be shocking to me, but I know it's such a lifestyle shoe that
Yeah.
it probably comes up.
Yeah, but it is on Strava. I think it was the number 2 shoe right behind the Nova Blast for
That's
like
great.
the
I mean,
most.
Nova Blast was the number 1 shoe on Strava.
I believe it was the number 1
Really?
shoe on Strava. You'll have to double check me on that one, but Strava put out a list of top shoes.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah,
if you can
Google
find
that. Maybe you're going to find out that Megan is a top running performer with.
Yeah, let me get that AI back out.
Yeah.
I don't have Strava Premium anymore, so all those things,
Oh.
it's like they preview for me and then stop me dead in my
Nice.
tracks.
Join
I'm like,
the club.
I'm not doing this. You're not going to convince me. But if anyone at Strava wants to give me a free code,
Same here.
feel free to reach out.
Yeah.
I mean,
think Megan and
Strava,
I
come
are-
on.
Likewise.
Megan and I are still paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
But-
ahead, Meg. You got the list?
Strava revealed, and for the first time in years, it's not the Nike Pegasus taking the top spot. Instead, a different daily trainer surged ahead. The Asics Nova Blast is officially the most
What?
popular running shoe of 2025, according to Strava's Year in Sport.
Is that because I still will not remove the Nova Blast from my, that's the shoe I'm running in?
Yeah, you're contributing. To
Yeah,
the-
It's the Nova.
You're the number 1 contributor?
Yeah.
That's
I don't
incredible.
change, I haven't changed my shoe in like 3 years.
Yeah.
It's Nova Blast 3 you have, right? Or
Either the 2 or the 3, yeah.
Speaking of which, we might want to look at our rankings on the homepage for Believe in the Run because I don't think we've updated our
Yeah, we probably
shoe
gotta do
rankings
that.
in a
We
while.
do need to
Second
update
place
that.
was Hoka Clifton.
See, does anybody?
All right, what's third? I believe you. I believe you.
all right, go 3 for 3. Let's go.
All right.
Hold on, I was reading an
Do you have
article, so
number
let
3?
me see if I can find number 3. Yeah, what's number 3?
I'm gonna say we're going back to Nike.
Like the Pegasus?
It might be the Peg. Yeah.
I could see that.
Did I get it? If I get this, I get what?
Or the Brooks.
I should get a free membership.
Brooks
to Strava.
Ghost. You think? I feel like Brooks has to be in there somewhere.
Wait, the article I was reading was incorrect because this says Asics Nova Blast broke the tape as the top running shoe, followed by Nike Pegasus at number 2 and Hoka Clifton at number 3.
Okay,
Alright.
but I still.
So I guess you win.
Yeah.
You still
still
did
win.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that on Strava?
Yeah.
Or-
This is the actual Strava, so we know it's accurate.
All right. And that's just, they have top 3. They don't have any more.
Yeah, that was it.
So here's the thing: how many members do you think Strava has? We're talking millions and millions of runners, right?
Yeah.
And those are the top 3. So when we were like, how many pairs of these shoes do they make? Like, think about that.
Wait, what do you think was the number 1 watch recording for Strava?
Apple.
Oh, yeah.
I would say Apple,
Oh, it has to
Apple
be
Watch
Apple.
Ultra.
It is.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Dude, I should work
could've
for-
guessed
I
that.
should
Yeah,
work for Strava.
Thomas, yeah, you should just.
You already read this clearly.
No, I didn't. I swear.
But it did say Koros is gaining significant traction.
Wow.
Here's why I would say that because whenever I meet somebody who's just getting into running, they're using their Apple
Right.
Watch to do it.
Yeah.
I see more and more people just using it. Like,
Yeah.
even if they have a Garmin, they still use it just because of the convenience.
And Theo, I gave him a Koros, but he likes to use his Apple Watch because he likes to get his text messages and stuff like that.
Wow.
So, like, not while he's running, but
Right.
he uses an Apple Watch because if you're in high school, you can still get all your messaging and stuff through your watch. It's a cheat code for
Honestly, yeah.
for high school.
Yeah.
You could I would have totally worked with a friend, been like, look, I have my whatchamacallit test today, history. I'm gonna hit
Jot
you
down.
up
Yeah.
and just give me those answers.
You asked about users.
Yeah.
180 million users in more than 185 countries.
Okay, some of those
On
are
Strava.
cyclists though, and some are
Yeah.
walkers and stuff like that. But you have to figure there's millions upon millions, and if Nova Blast is number 1, they got to be printing those. Like they got to be just shooting. Like
Yeah.
I would love to know what the number is of total shoes that they make a year.
I would, yeah. I literally have no idea.
Next year it's going to be.
Is it a million? Is it 500,000? Is it 2 million?
It's got to be a million at least. But next year I think the top spot's going to go to the BITR H1.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They better.
Actually, they there will not be enough of those to
take the spot,
crack it.
yeah.
If you have a pair of those, you are a true collector.
Did you finish running down the line of shoes?
Okay, dude, holy cow. So I actually, I mean, this is Gemini saying this, so take this with a grain of salt. But it says the Pegasus This says the Pegasus 35. So think about this is 6 versions ago. That had sold 12 million pairs in 2 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So,
I believe it. Didn't everyone say that was like the best one?
dude, they
Or
were
like,
selling
wow.
300,000 units in 1983. Like,
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Nova Blast, if you think about it, it's got to be a few million if it's the number one.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's the number one on Strava, not the number one
But
sold shoe.
even
I'm
so,
going to guess that indicates the same. Like, you're telling me that it wins on Strava and then just tanks the rest. The number one in the world is probably on, like, as many as I see at the airport. And
Okay, yeah. So this is from Nike's site, the Pegasus 35 that sold 12 million units in 12 months.
Wow.
In 1 year, 12 million.
That's a
units.
million a month.
And that's the Peg 35, which was like,
That's so
Dude, no wonder they've got monies.
yeah.
Yeah, they definitely have money.
So they got to be selling almost that much. Maybe not quite. There's
How many
more
race day
players
shoes
now.
do you think they sell? Like, is that
Not
so
as many.
minimal?
Not
Yeah.
as definitely not as many.
It's
Not
probably
nearly.
Like
probably not
hundreds
e-
of thousands?
Yeah, it's
Maybe?
I would say your top
Tens of
race day
thousands?
shoes is doing probably it's probably 100,000.
Okay.
Like if you look at like Boston Marathon, New York City, how many people are wearing either Vaporfly, Alphafly, and those are 50,000 people in each of those. They have to be. I would say it's probably in the hundreds of thousands, not in the millions. Just because think about how many people buy Pegasus who aren't actually going to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run, and I've got some exciting news. We are breaking off the podcast into its own channel on YouTube and Instagram. You want to get the shoe content, stick with Believe in the Run. You want to get the podcast content, check out BITR Networks on YouTube and BITR Network on Instagram. Links are in the description.
Man, so many shoes.
You want that Pegasus dollars.
Okay, so what's the next thing?
I think we got stuck on the website stats because we were talking about the Hoka Clifton and then went off to Strava.
By the way, are we going to split this podcast into 2 episodes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said that at the
Literally
top.
Oh, did you? I
Yeah.
was not paying attention.
I know.
Clearly.
Now.
I was
Obviously.
focused on technical difficulties.
Sounds.
He's like, Carl doesn't sound loud
Noises.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Two-parter.
That sounds really nice.
Oh yeah, you like it?
Yeah. More of that, please.
Little bass, little timber.
Why are you not talking like that the whole time?
I don't know.
Because that's how you get the name Creepy Carl.
I mean,
Robbie wants a lullaby.
yeah. I'll just give you a call at midnight every night and say, Carl, put me to sleep.
You got it.
Sing me some bedtime stories. Sing me? Read me? I don't know, man.
We'll figure something out.
Do you want to get back to what?
So the top reviews after the Hoka Clifton, which was number 4 on the website, it then goes Nike Zoom Fly 6, Asics Gel Nimbus 27.
Is Robbie on a new medication?
So after no. So here's what happened: is after we had our Christmas party last night, a friend of ours was like, a neighbor was like, "Hey man, having a friend over for Christmas drinks or whatever. Do you want to come over?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I was up till midnight.
Nice.
Actually, not hungover, shockingly. So that's great. But I am tired.
Did you take that? What's that thing you guys take?
Z-biotic.
Probiotic?
I did not. I just, but it was a late night. So, anyways.
Yeah, what were you saying, Meg? The
So yeah, rolling out the rest of the top searched reviews or read reviews after the Gel Nimbus 27. It's the Nike Pegasus Premium, the Nike Vomero Plus, Hoka Cielo X1 2.0, and then number 10 was the Asics Super Blast 2.
All right.
I mean, that all sounds reasonable.
Zoom
Yeah.
Fly 6 is a little surprising.
Yeah,
at
I'm
number
not
5.
gonna lie, that feels
Because that's not
high.
even a new shoe. That came out last year.
right, but it's
but-
still the latest iteration. And
It's
it took
still on
forever to
shelf.
get- Yeah,
And I do think it's the best one yet.
it's great. I still run it.
But how would I'm just surprised because it's not a walking shoe. That's not the Pegasus. The Pegasus isn't on this list. Pegasus 41.
Yeah, but think
anywhere.
about if you're curious about the Nike lineup and you're like, I haven't heard anything about this Zoomfly. What's up with that? Let me Google that.
I guess.
There's also
I'm
no
not buying it.
AI review for that one, so you have to go to the website.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So that's the top 10 shoes by reader interest, visitor interest.
Yeah.
Anything else regarding the shoe stuff? Should we talk about like just generally? I guess we have talked about our favorites, but this like our favorite brand or anything like that. You want to do that now?
Who do you think had the best lineup this year?
I think Puma
Me
overall.
Too. Me too.
Really? I would probably say it's not exciting, but Asics has a shoe for everything. There's not a miss on the map.
Yeah, it's interesting because we created a graphic for the Asics lineup that we posted on Instagram that gives like a breakdown of like a do-it-all shoe, a plated daily trainer race day shoe, all that. And I tried to duplicate those buckets for some of the other brands, and they all don't have exactly a shoe that fits in each of those categories. Like Puma, I guess Puma has a plated daily trainer. What's their daily trainer?
The Velocity Nitro.
You think that's a daily?
Yeah.
And then what's a
So
do-it-all
what's their
shoe?
tempo?
The
I mean, do it all shoe would probably be Deviate.
Which would also fall under the plated daily.
Right. I just think in that regard.
And then they have the Deviate Elite and the Fast R3, so they've got a race day shoe and a premium race day shoe.
They have the Mag Max.
So they got a max cushion.
But they also have the Magnify 3, which is also a max cushion. That's sort of.
That feels like a redundant,
Yeah.
unnecessary shoe.
I don't even like, and I didn't think that. I thought it was okay. I didn't think that was.
I didn't run it. So.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a hit. Like I would probably drop that one from the lineup.
but
And then I think Nike had the first big year of having all the bases covered.
Well, yeah, I feel like they finally had shoes that weren't just race day shoes that we liked.
Yeah.
But what for Asics? What do you consider do they have a max cushion, or you consider their Nimbus to be the max cushion?
Yeah.
And
Nimbus, and I would also say Super Blast. You could go Mega Blast.
But I feel like they're also Super Blast. I know the Super Blast 3 is coming, but I feel like Super Blast and Mega Blast are way too close to each other. Too.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. But either of those you could use for a max cush.
Yeah.
And the Nimbus, but the Nimbus for me, it's too heavy.
Yeah.
New Balance
And then you had the
lost
Glide
me
Ride
because.
Max, the Glide Ride.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Right.
That
lot of
also
people
feels
love
like
that one.
a redundant shoe.
I think it's redundant, but a lot of people love it.
All right.
I think Adidas is getting there. I think that in the next year or two, I think Adidas has another one that like Nike where they have race day on lock. I think the Evo SL helped get people into it as a daily because the Supernovas and stuff like that weren't really hitting. And then,
But then the Boston 13 was kind of disappointing.
yeah,
Yeah.
very disappointing. It's coming out in a cool Boston colorway this year though. It matches the jacket.
Although the Ultra Boost was actually pretty surprising. That was actually the Ultra Boost 5X.
It was, but now that we know where that's going,
Yeah.
I think that ship is turning around.
Okay, and then you were saying another. What was the other one you were talking about? Oh, Nike.
No, I was
Oh, you said
saying
New
New
Balance.
Balance.
Oh, New Balance.
I feel like there's no new SC trainer, which I feel like was such a fun shoe development over time, and that was like the fun.
You know what it's going to be, though.
I know,
Yeah.
but nothing came out this year,
Right.
so I feel like that was kind of a bummer. The 1080 took a weird turn for us.
Which it's still not. Well, it's not even out yet.
Oh,
It comes out in January. I think, February 1st.
Oh, they're starting to.
I
promote
do
it again.
think they finally, like, New Balance was always one of the brands that never had a like true race day shoe, and I do feel like the SC V5 finally entered that arena.
And I'll say the V6 is definitely
Yeah.
a giant step forward.
So I think of the brands of what we know is coming, which brand are you most excited for in 2026?
Nike for sure. I think.
On.
Oh, Nike and
Yeah,
On.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the two. On had a bad year this year.
I'm hoping that this doesn't become my Prime X for 2025. But On their race day shoe, I thought was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
The stuff they're doing now by bringing in some supercritical foams into their lineup. And then I really liked the way that light spray fit on the Monster there.
I'm still not sold on light spray, but
Yeah, I'm a little.
What is it that you don't like about light spray?
Mainly just getting it on.
Yeah. See, I didn't have a problem
I
getting
have a
it
problem
on.
with the one that we tried.
I did when at first
Yeah.
though I put on like the one that was like I guess it wasn't my size. I think it was Robbie's size.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, wow, this really is hard to get on, and it feels really tight.
Yeah, that
And I
would
was
do
like,
it.
oh yeah, it's a 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Maybe even a 7. Yeah, that's the light spray is interesting. I mean, it's obviously it's a cool concept. It's pretty expensive, but
And the fact that like everyone's foot is differently shaped and
you
like
sound
that's
you're
never
from Ultra.
that's never going to be a perfect fit for
Right,
anyone
that's-
because you can't adjust the laces and things. So I don't know.
yeah,
It's just not for me.
The only other problem with it, I think, is that right now it just comes in kind of like a clear white, and you can't really make it a different color because you can see through it. So like, it's always going to look a little bit strange. So they're trying to get around that by giving you colored socks.
yeah,
But yeah, and all the shoes, like it's novel now and it looks cool now, but like 3 years from now,
Yeah.
am I still excited about a spiderweb looking shoe?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's cool. And then, so they're exciting. I think Hoka needs to. I don't know. I feel like it's a inflection point for Hoka. That's my take. I think they need to figure out what they're doing because everyone's done the Hoka thing, so it's like that identity is now
What's the Hoka thing?
just making max cushion chunky shoes.
Oh.
Like it's like that's not their thing anymore.
I-
so
they're-
they have to.
What I'm worried about them is we're seeing the shift for a little while. Where I went, women had on the white Hoka, either Clifton or Bondi.
Right.
And now I think it's shifted to the, what's that Solomon shoe? The one that actually,
Like the Speed Cross or something?
yeah,
Or
those,
the-
and they feel like that is not a good feeling shoe on your foot. At least I understood the Hoka
Right.
craze
No,
because
it's
it
not.
was like it felt good on your foot, but they.
Well, same thing with the Samba. Neither is like that's a horrible shoe
Yeah.
to wear.
I
but
remember you got that Samba
People
and
love
then
that.
you weren't happy with it.
yeah, it's like it's just not a great walking shoe.
There were several athletes at the Marathon Project who were given Hoka's race day shoe coming out in 2026 by
Okay.
opting in because Hoka ended up sponsoring that event.
Okay.
And it ended up winning. And there were several,
It looks pretty good. Didn't it do really well at Boston or something?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So race day looks promising from Hoka.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Cielo and stuff like that. So I'm not, and their trail side's pretty solid. But I just think that their core business model is in a state of
Yeah.
limbo because, as seen in their stock price, that's plummeted over the
Well,
last
I knew
year.
I know that they got a new colorist for the shoes. I think they were switching out
Okay.
from that, which that was the one thing I would sometimes have issues with the Hoka shoes was like they for a little while they got a little sparkly and little
The Cielo X1 2.0 had some pretty sparkles on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
It looked like a mermaid shoe.
exactly that wasn't yeah, I think that I could see it being unique in the market, but I don't know that was like
Yeah. Yeah, the Deckers stock is down 52% over the past year.
Oof.
From the all-time high of 210. I don't know.
maybe time to buy.
It's turned around a little bit over the last month or 2 months, so who knows? But anyways, so that's Hoka. What else? What other brands are interesting?
I still think one of the fun brands that is at least trying to have a unique voice in the market is Norda. Like
Yeah.
they continue. Like I thought it's not exciting to look at, so it didn't make a lot of ripples. But the 01A, that I thought was a really nice update and turned a shoe that we
Yeah.
loved it and we liked a lot of stuff about it. But now I really think it functions well. There's obviously I had a little problem with the heel counter, but the new one that was coming out was at the 055.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks incredible.
The Norda slides might be the greatest piece of footwear I've
See,
ever owned.
this is what I
Or
don't
saw.
understand on this one. Like, I like mine,
Yeah.
but I'm not like they're not so far advanced over like versus when I have a Hoka slide on or Like,
Really?
yeah, what is it about it?
You don't think over the Hoka slide? Those are like hard plastic.
Yeah, those are bad.
What I'm saying is not like it doesn't like when I wear the slides, I do like my Nora slides.
What
a
about
lot.
an UFO slide?
I could see a UFO's comparison. That's pretty
so
close.
throw on the UFOs, whatever. But I'm saying like it's not like I like it because it's Norda. I like that it's got a Vibram outsole, so like when I'm walking the dog.
That's a huge difference. Vibram outsole.
But other than that, it's a pretty standard slide.
There's no. I mean, if you compare it's just that's objectively wrong. Like it has an actual like the Hoka slides are literally just like the same hard plastic that Nike.
Okay, so
uses or
say
whatever.
UFOs, saying, but I'm just saying for my foot,
Yeah.
slide wise, like
Well,
they're a
maybe
nice slide. I think they're a nice premium slide, but they're not. It's not like it's a new thing that I'm like, wow, these are.
I don't know.
I know you're in love with them, but
Maybe I appreciate comfort more.
yeah, that's it. That's why you like all the firm shoes.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could see. I think UFOs is pretty close comparison.
How much is a pair of Nordas?
They're $145 for the slide.
Yeah. You can get a pair of UFOs for $60.
But it's I think the one that I'm comparing it to is like 85.
I think that here's why I like the Nordic because like when I'm standing at
Yeah, it's not that one.
What's the place that we watched Western States from? You know the one stop is really hot.
Mile 62, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what is that called?
Oh jeez, I can't believe it falls out of my brain.
I'm thinking
every
about the
time I
video
hear
that we
Forest
made.
Hill?
Forest Hill, yeah.
Forest Hill. There we go. Yeah.
Now, look, I'm always going to be wearing Hoka when I'm on Forest Hill because that's who we go with. But like the cool kids, you know, they're probably throwing on their Norda slides
Oh,
to
definitely.
spectate there.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a flex
Especially there at
surprised-
Western States.
I'm
like,
surprised
yeah, of course.
Speedland hasn't done a slide yet.
Yeah, that feels right.
with dials on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boa dial slides.
Yeah. Can make it happen.
Didn't they do something where they did sort of a sandal upper like as an experiment?
I think so.
I know that the Under Armour Speedland collab had a strap in the back.
Yeah, so might as well just.
Do you think sandal running is coming back, like the Tevas of the world?
I think people are trying to make it happen, but like once you get one rock under your foot while you're running, you're gonna be like, let's close this sucker up.
Or just like your feet are exposed. Like, I don't want that.
I mean, Mike Wardian's doing his part. I hope they make a comeback.
So Mike's been with North Face, Hoka, Teva. Is that it?
I think that's it.
That's not that crazy. There's
Nope.
athletes that travel from brand to brand.
Yeah, I mean, I can't keep up with Bravey.
Oh yeah, she's had a lot of.
Who's she with now?
sponsors.
Is she with Altra now, or is that
No,
over?
I think Meryl. Yeah,
Meryl.
Lexi-
That's a swing.
Alexi Pappas. I think she's been. Pretty sure it's Meryl. Let me
She was
check.
with Nike at one point, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Nike, Atreyu.
Atreyu.
Oh, yeah, she did do something with them shortly, for a short period. I think it's Meryl, but it doesn't say anything in her Instagram bio. I don't know. Anyways, other highlights of. Are we done with the shoes, or do we have some more?
Okay,
coverage?
let's talk about one of the biggest names in the brand,
Okay.
and that I feel like they had a lot of misses,
Okay.
at least for what we would want from shoes, and that to me would be Brooks.
Oh, Brooks. Yeah, it seemed like a.
Well, our favorite shoe, the Glycerin Max from 2024, took a nosedive, so that was a real bummer.
Right, but before that, the Brooks Ghost Max, I like the original
was
one,
fine.
and I think it also did the same thing where it kind of went sideways. Like I don't think somebody there doesn't understand the Max concept.
Or doesn't like it.
Well,
Yeah.
that was always a problem because it was the I think the first version of the Hyperion Max. Remember that was like, it was the Hyperion but just a Max version. But we thought maybe that meant Max cushion, but it was just a speed, like a tempo shoe with more of a stack height.
And then you think about Race Day, kind of went sideways.
And now the Hyperion 6, I don't even know what to think of that. It's just a totally new shoe again.
The Hyperion Elite
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, the racing one.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be great.
I will say the Flex feels like innovation in the right direction.
Right, But that's a long period of time that they've been developing.
10
that.
years.
Yeah, kind of trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
I will applaud them that they didn't try to go minimal and give you the flex, that they were like, people like to have the cushion, give them the cushion and give them a new sensation 4 Max cushion, which I thought was smart.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in 2026.
I will say, though, the 2 guys who won the marathon project, the first place is wearing the Hyperion Elite 4, and second place is wearing Hyperion Elite 6.
Okay.
Wait, the new
Oh,
one?
the new one?
Yeah, it was the yellow color. Yeah.
Nice.
So don't listen to us.
Well, no, that look, I go back to Des winning Boston.
Right.
In those,
They're athletes at the end of the day.
those were maybe one of the, I don't know what her foam was on hers, but if it was anything like
It was.
the foam they came out with, it was
I
disgusting.
think she at least had the super critical foam. It wasn't the original shoe.
I don't know that it
Yeah.
was.
Oh, it definitely was.
You think that
Remember,
was a super
because
critical?
remember the shoe came out like right after that, and she was like already in the 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think.
But
But
that's-
even at the trials, she didn't run in that.
Yeah.
The trash version. Though some people did.
I
Remember some guy ran in that and was like messaged us and he said it was the worst shoe I've ever run.
Yeah. I just remember them sitting down with us and being like, yeah, it's good for about 100 miles.
No, I think they said 25.
Oh, 25
Yeah, it was like
miles?
1 marathon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I was like, why would
Well,
you
wait,
even?
maybe, actually, I think it was 50. You can get a
Okay,
couple training
that might be
runs
right.
and then run it.
I was like, why would you even tell us that?
Well, then when we tried it on, I was like, if it gets worse than this,
I feel like we need to bury the hatchet on that one.
yeah.
All right, we're done talking about that for all time.
All right, and then sleeper brand, I think is Saucony.
Yeah,
Like good shoes, no heat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't.
Bless you, by the way.
It doesn't feel like they've done anything cool, like innovation wise, outside of the Endorphin Elite, which kind of they use that
The
squirrely foam,
the Incredifoam.
Incredifoam, which for Jesus, the name.
Wait, Incrediron?
Incrediron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And isn't somebody else coming out with
Incredilux.
Incredilux and Asics is also going to have a fresh foam or a flight foam Lux.
See, there's too many F's and.
Do you think
Look,
there's
Luxes.
is there only one thesaurus that's going around like
All the brands.
like, hey, can I see the thesaurus after you? I'm like,
Yeah. Max.
What's
Lux,
the
Elite.
Lux?
Elite.
Nitro.
Plus.
Pure.
Yeah. We need to just come up with a new language
Yeah.
for running.
And
Yeah.
the
Separate.
the one that wins worst foam name of the year for me is Infineon.
That's no surprise.
Yeah.
It's like a Funyun for the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sounds good.
Does sound good.
Get some Funyuns from.
Or like some sort of gas that gets you high.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Huffing that.
Is it Infineon or Infineon?
Infineon.
That's not how you say it.
I think it
Is
is.
it?
I think it's Infineon.
Infineon?
All right. Either way.
Infunyons.
Any other brands that we missed?
Mizuno.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mizuno.
Has been on a pretty steady climb.
Back at it.
They're climbing, but I feel like we need to get some consistency.
Yeah.
We need to like really nail it down. Like the Neo Vista 2 was great, but the sizing was off from the first one, so that kind of threw me off on running it. And then when I got the right size, like, oh yeah, it's still really good.
Race day shoe was kind of a flop.
Yeah. But now they've got the Warp, and they're
Yeah.
I think they're
Like the
pretty
Warp
good.
series.
But again, they're like, it was interesting. We were doing the roundup of the Warp, and it's a interesting shoe in the fact that it doesn't have the geometries that some of the other shoes have. It's a little less pitched. It's a lower, which is funny because all their like retail store shoes
Yeah.
are like still at 12 millimeter drops and stuff like that, 10 millimeter drops, and the race days are all like 5 or less.
Yeah.
And that's coming off of what was like ridiculous. Like drop was like the Rebellion Elite.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But Mizuno looks good coming 2026, so
Yeah.
has some good stuff there for sure.
Excited about Kip Run coming into the market.
That's right. They will officially come to the U.S. in April.
I think they're going to shake some things up. Their shoes are really decent shoes that I was surprised at because I think the very first Kip run I ever tried was a while back, and I wasn't impressed at all.
Yeah.
But then Carl and I ran in one of their elite racing shoes, which was
KD 900X Lab.
Yeah, which is one of those ultra light race day shoes, and
So
it just
good.
felt really great.
So good, yeah.
And then they sent us this one of their staple shoes now that won't. A version of it will be coming to the U.S. like an updated version, but a super critical trainer with a plate that was like 130 that to me was as good as any super
Super trainer,
Super
the
trainer,
170,
yeah.
180 range, yeah.
Cool.
I mean, we kind of touched on Atreyu, but we didn't mention like they shut down this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is sad because we love Michael.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty crazy because he started it, I think, the first month of COVID.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was he actually made a difference in the industry though.
Yeah.
For
Like
sure.
I think all the brands were like, "What is this guy doing?" And I remember talking to some people who are insiders, and they're like, yeah, "We could never do something like that because we would get skewered for putting out this type of shoe." And I thought it was like he filled a gap, and for some people, there's some things that maybe I would have done a little differently. I think he had to experiment, and some of that probably took his time off, his eyes off of the prize kind of thing, like trying to figure out how to bring it to consumers.
Yeah, it's tough. And I don't know that he had any private capital. So, like, all these other brands, Norda, Speedland, they all have some sort of either reserves or private investment firms. I think Norda just got re-upped. Did you see that?
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they had like another round come in from their investment firm, so they're good for a while.
That's great.
So even a lot of the apparel brands, same thing. Bandit,
Well, if you look at
Satisfy, they all have
investors,
private investment.
But if you look at what Mike did, he kind of, in an interesting way, you could kind of compare him to Norda in some ways. Norda went to Vibram and got the midsole and the outsole in one spot, and then just created, designed an upper.
Yeah.
He worked with Dyneema to create that. So they're taking some ingredients that were out there and putting it together, and were able to put together a really good product. Mike was doing a similar thing where he's like, he was just a dude who was like, I think I could get by with this foam. So he sourced a foam, and he's like, a basic upper.
Right.
Let's do it. And he kind of just kept it real simple.
Yeah.
And he came up with a product that a lot of people love. Like I still see some of the faster bastards between Matt Kaczarski, Steve. Yeah, they're still wearing their Atreus. Technically, it's our first true collab shoe.
Yeah. Right.
We didn't design anything other than just the graphics on the shoe. But so I don't consider it the same level as like the Mounted Coast one where we got to have input on.
But no, it was cool, and it was for him too. I think, he didn't come from a shoe industry background where he had all the connections. Like Dave and Kevin from Speedland, they came from Under Armour and Puma and Nike, so they had deep connections.
Same thing with Norda.
Yeah, as well as Nick from Norda, and so yeah, that helps a lot for sure.
Also, you look at marketing, and Michael was doing his own thing. He was like grassroots, talking to people, trying to do it. It was actually interesting. It fit, I think, social media at the time to do what he was doing. But then you look at somebody like Norda, who has such a curated feed that has you see when you're scrolling through, you see a photo or something, and you don't have to go, oh, is that Norda? Even if you don't see the shoe, you kind of know, like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have a very...
Does the ad look like somebody on mushrooms wrote and recorded it? Yeah. Okay, that's Norda.
Yeah.
Which I do love.
Yeah.
That's all the Dirty Boy.
Shout out,
right?
And Brandon. There's Dirty Boy and Brandon and that whole crew.
I think they're
Adam.
I think they're overpaying. Like their Facebook ads are doing too much frequency.
Oh.
Wait, you get Norda Facebook ads?
dude, it's because I liked it once, and it's relentless. Like almost every time you open.
I find that Mountain Coast is like that.
They also had a problem with that in the beginning, I think. I don't know if it still is, but
I can't go on to Facebook without seeing a Mountain Coast.
the targeting frequency is like way too much. Like you guys need to chill.
I would love to see that Norda's numbers of how many pairs the average Norda buyer buys. Because when I meet someone who likes Norda, they usually have like at least 2 pairs of the 001, but just in different colors or something like that. All right, so that wraps up this first segment for the podcast. We are splitting this one in 2. You're going to get another thrilling episode. Less Megan running, so more talking about stupid stuff in the following week. So stay tuned for that. That'll be airing a week from today.
And I guess Happy New Year, because that'll be coming up in between now and then.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, but also, Meg, how's Mom doing?
Oh, hi, Ma.
Hi, Robin.
Good stretch, got my laces tied. My trusty podcast by my side. If you wanna talk